Hey, another one of these awkward openings that I have to do because I don't know how to start any of these videos. This is a look on the Gwen Stefani for Urban Decay palette that I came up with. I'll show you two options here, one with lashes and one without lashes, so let's get started. I am priming my face with the Hourglass primer veil. I am just rubbing this into my skin very sensually with my hands, if you can tell. Next up, I'm applying my Too Faced Better Than Sex. Nope, that's the mascara. Too Faced Born This Way foundation with a Real Techniques contour brush. These Real Techniques brushes are so great because basically you can use them for anything. Concealer, foundation, powder, whatever you want. So I like applying my foundation sometimes with this because I really feel like it's big and fluffy and buffs right into the skin. Next up, I am applying my Tarte Cosmetics 12-hour waterproof concealer. I think this is in beige, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this Nars creamy concealer, Radiant creamy concealer over the top of it. It's a little bit darker, but I like the way it kind of gives that bright glow. Gwen wore this look on The Voice. I don't know if you guys watch The Voice. I love it this year. And the look that she had was like very kind of angelic and bright. So I am going to go back to that Real Techniques brush that I use for my foundation, and I'm going to just kind of buff that into my skin. I use like little tiny buffing motions to press it in, and then I blend it all out with a kind of sweeping motion. Just gets off any extra product and blends it very well. So I'm going to be using this Tarte Cosmetics Sculptor pencil. This one is the double-ended one because they have one that doesn't have the highlighter on the end. I don't really use the highlighter a lot, but I am starting to use this one a little bit more because it's really creamy and it's really great for winter since most people's skin is dry. I prefer to use creams in the winter than in the summer. So I'm just kind of sculpting out areas that I want to slim, nothing crazy. This is a pretty bronze shade. It's not, so it's a little orange, but not too much, so it kind of serves as a bronzer and a contour. I'm just buffing this out with a Real Techniques stippling brush. I just kind of press this into my skin. It takes a little bit of blending, and I don't show all of the blending because it kind of took a while. I wanted to get it nice and seamless. So after I've blended all of that in, I'm going to use my finger, or start with my finger to blend out my contour. I don't like the brush because it kind of spreads the color too much and just defeats the purpose of even contouring. So I start to rub it in with my fingers, and then I grabbed just a skinny foundation brush to finish blending it because I wanted something pretty precise instead of that stippling brush, which is really fluffy. It kind of helps to blend it. So then I'm going to set this with a little bit of the Tarte Park Ave Princess contour palette. I love this palette. I'm so obsessed with this palette. Seriously, it's like I want to use it every day, so I have to force myself to use other ones. So I'm just using the Real Techniques contour brush. I'm just, as you can see, going over where I put that sculpting pencil under my cheeks and using it to chisel it out. Gwen has a very chiseled face in general. She's pretty thin, so she has a lot of definition in her face, and I don't. So I am using that to sculpt it out extra, and then I'm going along my temples to kind of add a little bit more of a slimming effect. So next up, we are going to really highlight our face because Gwen was very bright and highlighted in her look on The Voice. I'm grabbing this Jouer Champagne Cream Highlighter, and I'm just going to kind of brush this all over my cheeks. I started to apply it precisely, but then I was like, let's just go for it. So I kind of just put it everywhere above my cheekbones. So I'm just brushing it on. This is a really natural highlighter, so it looks kind of skin-like and isn't overly glowy. It's more just a subtle glow. I'm going to be layering a powder over this to, again, brighten up a little bit. So I'm just brushing this on with a foundation brush, and then I'm going to take my Jouer Luminizing Brightening powder. I got these two together, and they're a gorgeous combination. And I'm going to take the brush that it came with, and I'm going to just brush it over the center of my face and where I put that first highlighter. Again, these are great to layer because they just kind of give that glow from within. I love saying glow from within. It sounds hilarious. Now I'm going to take this Too Faced blush. I don't know what it's called. I'll put it in the down bar, and I'm going to put it on with that same stippling brush that I used earlier. I'm just basically kind of pressing it right above my contour. I don't want it to be super rosy or on the apples of my cheek. I just want to add a little bit of color, so I'm just placing it right between that highlight and that contour. So onto the eyes, I'm putting on a primer. That's what it's called. This is the Tarte 12-hour creaseless one, and then I'm going to grab the first shade we're going to be using, which is called Anaheim. It's the cooler toned taupe color in the palette, and I'm taking this fluffy brush And I am just going to be buffing this into my crease. This is going to be my upper crease. For me, it's above my crease. It depends on what your eye shape is, but I kind of concentrate this right above my crease, almost to my brow bone, and I'm mostly concentrating it on the outside. So this is just going to add definition to our eye. It's just a great start. So then I am going to go in next with the color Stark. This is a kind of peachier toned, and this is going to basically just buff that color out a little bit better. I don't want it to be super light, since again this color is really bright and angelic. So I wanted to take this lighter color just to dull down that brown a little bit. Now for the kind of bright white lid, I am going to take the color Skimp. And I'm taking a flat fluffy brush. This is not a blending brush, but it is very fluffy still, and I am just going to start pressing that onto my lid. But I am trying to concentrate the color, and I'm just going back and forth, picking up more shadow and packing it on, as you can see. I am going to take this right above my crease, going past that crease line and up into that warm tone that we had already laid down, and we're almost going to cut the crease. We're going to blend it out, so it's not going to be super sharp. You don't want to blend it as you're going, you just want to be laying it down. So this is the part where I'm taking that domed part of the brush, and I'm just, again, really reiterating that circular shape, creating a big round eye with the brush. And I'm taking out past my eye, so I've had to pick up a little bit more color, but you can see like where my eye ends, you know what I mean? So like you can see where that white shadow is, and it's way out past my eye, so make sure you take the color out. Then I'm going to go into the color Blonde. This is a little bit of an icier yellow toned white, and I am going to kind of create a halo effect with this. That's what I was going for. Keep watching. It didn't work as well as I wanted to. So my goal was I was going to brighten up the outside corners, the inner and outside corners, and then put a really shimmery white shadow on the center of the lid. So I am just building that white. Again, I'm putting it right on the inner corner and then connecting them over in the center of the eye. So just packing it on. You should look up this look because she looked like an angel. It was actually really sad though. She was like crying and stuff, so I can see why they didn't want to do anything dark. And then I am taking that Stark color. So I'm just taking a more dense fluffy brush, and I am just buffing out that edge of the eye. So we had taken the white pretty far out on the outside of the eye, and essentially we're just going to be going over it right now with that really light Stark color, and we're just blending it. So there's still that definition, and you can still see that the eye is extended. So you're making your eyes look bigger right now as you're taking the color farther out. So now I'm going to go back to that blonde shade, which is that really icy color in the palette. And I'm going to use that for my brow highlight. I'm just using the same brush that I just used. I'm just kind of using the flat side of the brush. And I'm just brushing this, gosh, I cannot talk, on my brow bone. I wanted it to be super bright and metallic, so that's why I didn't use a matte here. Then I'm grabbing the color Cosmic by Urban Decay. This is a really super shimmery shadow by them. This one was not that great, so I had to really pack it on to get that shimmery metallic look, and even then it didn't do what I wanted to do. So just find something super bright and shimmery and pack it on to the center of your lid. And here's the part where we get tricky. So I lost this footage, and I don't really know how, because I've watched videos before where people lose footage, and I'm thinking, how does that happen? You upload it to your computer, it's on your computer. So I had to wake up and do it again. I only did one eye because I really didn't want to do my whole face, but I definitely felt like I needed to show you the next steps. So the first thing I did was I took the super dark gray color called Sirius, and I applied it right in the outer V and up onto the brow bone, and I just pressed it in because I was going to take a big fluffy brush to blend it out. As you can see here, this is the Sonia Kashuk blending brush, and I'm really blending this out. Didn't want it to be super harsh, but I did want to add just a little bit of a shade, a darker shade in that outer corner to add some depth to my eyes and then also make them look a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to take the color Blonde again, and I'm just going to reapply a little bit of that color right on the lid. Even though it's probably going over the sparkle, we are going to go in and reapply that sparkle again anyways, because like I said, I really had to pack it on. And the key here is really just to blend after every single application. So every time you put shadow on your eye, make sure you blend after you do that. So then here's the part where I'm adding a little bit more of that white shimmer, that sparkle with my finger, because I probably dusted a ton of it off while I was blending. So then I'm going to take the same shadow that we used in the corner of our eye, the outer corner. It's called Sirius, and it's a dark gray color, and I am just applying it with a very small brush on the bottom lash just on the outside, and then taking it up to the outer corner and again blending that out, because that's what you should do after every single color. Now I'm going to the color Black Swan. It's by MAC, and it's a Pearl Glide eyeliner, which means basically it has a pearly finish, but it is kind of more of a gray color because of that metallic finish. So I am just lining my eye regularly, pretty thick but not too crazy, and I'm also not winging it. Of course you can wing it if you want to, but Gwen did not have a wing, and I don't even know if she had eyeliner in the look. I just needed a little definition to my eyes since my eyes are a little smaller. So then with the same brush that we applied Serious with, you can use a pencil brush, you know, any type of definition brush, and I'm just smudging out the liner a little bit so it's not overly defined. And then I'm going to be doing the same thing on the bottom lash line. Sorry, I cut it off here, but I'm taking it about halfway in, and then I am just smudging it with my finger, and so it kind of just blends it out a little bit. One final blend, and I'm just using that Start color to blend out the edges, and then using the blonde color just to do one more light dusting with the fluffy brush over the eye. It seems like a lot of layering for such a light look, but that's really what it took. It was a lot of kind of packing the colors on. The colors in the palette are really pigmented, but the white bright colors that I used, some of them were pretty sheer. And it's magic, we're back. We're back to the full face. So this is where my footage picked back up, so I'll get right back into this. So then I'm just adding a little bit of mascara. This is a mini sample that I got. It's the MAC Zoom Lash. It's really super black. That's why I wanted to use it, because I wanted my lashes to really stand out. And then I'm just applying a hefty layer onto my bottom lash because I want it to be pretty dark down there. I wanted a little bit more definition. So next up, I'm just filling my eyebrows in with the Bourjois. It's a natural eyebrow pencil marker thing, and it is really natural, so it doesn't give it super defined. It's just kind of adding color, and I am not doing anything special here, just filling in what I have. I'm gonna get my brows done, I promise, this week, so don't worry, that will happen soon. Then I'm going to set my brows with the Urban Decay brow gel. I love this brow gel. I wish it was a little bit stronger because the brush is really perfect. It's the perfect size, and I wish the Anastasia brow gel had the same size brush, but the Anastasia gel is actually better for hold. So I'm going to take the lipstick that came with the palette. These are just Gwen's new lipsticks that are going to be coming out in the future. I really have a problem, obviously, opening things. It feels like there's at least one thing every single makeup tutorial that I do that I cannot open. So if you got this lipstick and you had a hard time opening it, let me know, because I was so annoyed and it hurt my teeth, not going to lie. I'm just applying it with my ring finger. I didn't want to do anything crazy because her lips were pretty frosty and light. I just wanted to use this lipstick since it came with it. And I'm going to be using the Stila Gloss. It is a really light frosty color. It looks white in the tube, but it goes on, just like I said, it gives a nice frost to the lips, and that's exactly what Gwen had on the voice. So that is actually it. That's the finished look. This is the look without lashes. These are just my little baby lashes, but I think the look is really pretty and very wearable. It looks effortless, even though it took a lot of blending to get there. That's okay. Feel free to add a bold lip if you want to zhuzh it up a little bit. I would definitely do that. And this is me not being able to make any more serious faces. Thank you so much. This is the look with the lashes. These are Misha by Koko lashes. I love them because they're really wispy and look pretty natural. So yeah, if you want to wear lashes, you go on with your bad self, girl. I loved it even more when I put the lashes on. So that's it. I hope you like this. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like this look. If you have the palette, let me know, because I would love to see different looks that you are going to do with it. I think I've showed enough of my face already. You're probably tired of me. I'm so sorry for losing that footage. I'm hoping it will never happen again because it's mildly embarrassing. Anyways, well, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you love this palette as much as I do. Check out my Instagram if you want to see more pictures with all the palettes that I've gotten in the past. Speaking of palettes, I did a huge haul on my last video, so make sure to go to my channel home and check that out. You'll be able to see my makeup addiction in full force. So anyways, I'm out of here. I hope you guys, like I said, enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do the damn thing. And me and my gigantic looking hands will be back for more videos soon. And now our performance by Gwen Stefani. Bye!
I don't know why I cry, but I'm nothing for the first time since I met you. that I used to love you.